A global power outage on Amazon Web Services that knocked out thousands of websites and popular apps. How the service is starting to get back online hours later.
Students walked over 2 miles across campus to honor an alumni mission. We have more details coming up.
A campus survey is asking the student body about belonging. What's in it for students? Kent Stater TV News starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good evening and welcome back to Kent Stater TV News. I'm Sydney Brown.
And I'm Sophia Lena. Thank you for joining us on your Monday evening.
Well, you've probably been interrupted by the power outage a few times today as Amazon Web Services struggles to bounce back.
Reports of problems with Amazon Cloud Computing Service Unit's AWS continues as thousands of websites housed on the service are still down. We have more on restoring the connectivity issues from CNN.
Outage impacting millions of users across the world.
We've designed everything to work with this constant connectivity. And when you pull that big plug, everything basically becomes dumb.
The all-important plug that was pulled Monday, Amazon Web Services or AWS. The internet-based cloud service hosts many of the world's most used online services, connecting businesses to people using their apps and online platforms.
AWS sits in the middle of everything. It is, all of these companies, they all have offloaded their web services, their cloud-based services to AWS, which is great because it's more affordable. It's also more scalable than they could do on their own. So that sounds great, except when it fails.
Monday, banking apps like Venmo, online video games, including Fortnite, social media platforms such as Snapchat, along with Amazon-linked smart devices and homes all affected. Disney Plus and Hulu reported outages too, while Delta and United Airlines were also impacted. In 2024, AWS accounted for 37% of the global cloud market share, according to market research firm Gartner.
Part of the problem is the more consolidation we have and the fewer sort of competing web services we have, the more of a problem this is going to be. When you can have something that's seemingly so small or so localized, have such a cascading and global impact.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Now the outage is mostly back, but Kent State University also sent out a campus-wide email addressing the status of the academic platform Canvas being down.
The Division of Information and Technology directed students to the AWS website for updates. Kent State Recreation and Wellness Service is conducting a campus-wide survey with the goal of improving their programs, services, and facilities. The Sense of Belonging survey was sent out through email to all students and faculty this afternoon, and the students have until November 20th to answer. The questionnaire is anonymous, and participants will have the chance to enter a drawing for one of 10 $100 flashcard scholarships.
Rising vet costs are making it harder for many families to keep their pets healthy, but one Akron organization is stepping in to help.
Kent Stater TV's Lax Rady went to one-of-a-kind Pets in Akron, who offers affordable care through its monthly low-cost vaccine clinic. Hi, Lex.
Yes, that's right, guys. I took my own cat, Suki, down to Akron this past Saturday to the monthly clinic one-of-a-kind Pets hosts, with prices staying in the $20 to $40 range for vaccines, tests, and other services. From vaccines and microchips to nail trims, one-of-a-kind Pets hosts a low-cost vaccine clinic once a month, helping owners save money without sacrificing their pet's health.
Really only like $50, and I'm like, I can afford that. So now he's back for the second month because it's affordable.
The organization's goal is to make basic veterinarian care accessible to everyone, no matter their budget or transportation.
People will bring Ubers because they can't drive. We have elderly clients who come in who can barely walk, and we help them with their pets and make sure they get them in and get them safely back to their cars.
Affordability isn't just about saving money, it's about making sure that animals across Akron have access to these services. This ties into one-of-a-kind Pets' goal to save, heal, and adopt pets across the community.
I love that you see people, a very wide array of people, and some people who really need this service. Some people who wouldn't be able to keep their pets vaccinated without this kind of service. And that is heartwarming.
If you can afford it, you can keep coming back. Like now my dog, real healthy.
She keeps me going. She's been the difference in my life to make it now.
One of a Kind Pets will hold its next clinic the third Saturday of November, continuing to make affordable care accessible and keeping tails wagging all across Akron. Now, Suki handled it just like a champ, like her mom. As mentioned previously, One of a Kind Pets will host their next low-cost clinic in November from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's first come, first serve, and highly encouraged to bring your furry friend early.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
Tonight, which marks the start of a new lunar cycle, I hear.
To learn more about this phase, we brought our weather anchor Ryan. Ryan, what can you tell us about this?
Well, the new moon means that the Earth, Sun, and Moon are all aligned, and that the Moon is in between all of them. But what does this mean for our weather forecast for the upcoming night and into tomorrow? Well, currently today it was 62 degrees. It was sunny. It was, for the most part, a very nice day. In the morning it was a little bit colder, but for the most part it was a very warm day. You walked outside and it's, about as good as you can expect for October. But for the rest of the night tonight, as you can expect, it will be a little bit colder throughout the night. It's going to actually get around to 43 degrees around midnight. I wouldn't expect any chance of rain, but it's going to be a little bit cloudy as we get around 9 p.m. But for the most part, it's going to be pretty nice. I wouldn't expect any rain tonight. And then as we go into our day tomorrow, this is where we can expect some rain coming in. Rain showers are going to start a little bit earlier in the morning, and then it's going to stop right around noon, but then it's going to pick up right in the afternoon. It's going to get a little bit nasty towards the evening, but it's going to be mostly really windy throughout the day tomorrow. And at sunset, it's going to be around 7:44. It's going to be overall a kind of like a nasty day, kind of what we saw on last Sunday, and it was kind of like a nasty day. But you can expect some cloudy skies tonight and rainy conditions tomorrow. But now let's go back to Sydney and Sophia with more news updates.
Thanks, Ryan. Canton police identified and confirmed today a body found in the woods as missing Canton man Ryan Goodby. The 26-year-old was reported missing in June, and police found human remains a month later. Police charged Goodby's ex-boyfriend with murder in August. The 34-year-old is facing a list of additional charges, including murder, felonious assault, strangulation, domestic violence, tampering with evidence, and gross abuse of a corpse. He remains in custody at the Stark County Jail.
The funeral for Ohio State Highway Patrol Officer Nicholas Caden was set for this Wednesday at Youngstown State University. Caden was killed while helping the driver of a disabled semi in Canefield. He was sitting in his cruiser with the emergency lights on when a driver of a second truck made him crash into the semi he was helping. He was pronounced dead at the scene, and the crash remains under investigation.
Every year in Brunswick, a Kent State graduate celebrates his recovery from cancer, raising awareness and donations with a walk.
Here on campus, the Kent Student Ambassadors host their own version of the walk to honor him and support his cause. I went there and talked to the organizers to understand how the Kent community came together for it. Kent State alumni Jason Zigalo was diagnosed with cancer in 2019 and turned his fight into a mission to help others by founding Ziggy Strong. Each year, he marked his recovery with a walk, and at Kent State, the student ambassadors host Walk Along with Ziggy Strong, where the Kent community comes together to honor him and support his mission.
He wants to raise money, he wants to raise awareness for people like him so that they can have a similar story, so that they can succeed and get through cancer. So he hosts his walk, and we do this here in honor of him because he is a Kent State graduate.
This year, the walk at Kent State was held on October 18th with a 2.24-mile walk across campus in honor of Jason Zigalo's Remission Day.
Philanthropy is really at the heart of this event. It's about people giving time, support, and dedicating their energy to show other people who are struggling that they're not alone.
The walk brings the campus community together, raises awareness about cancer, and collects donations to support those affected. It is also a chance for participants to reflect on resilience, hope, and the impact of coming together for a shared cause.
We do this here as a way to raise awareness for his main event that he does. It's a good way to get together with the community and fight together for a cause that is so valuable to so many people.
For KSTV,
Controversy at Indiana University. Did the administrators silence their own student press? The former director of the Indiana Daily Student speaks out.
The great thing about a hearing check? No one makes you drink weird stuff, or drills your teeth, or dilates your eyes. It's just soothing me time in a quiet booth. Then bam, you can do the happy dance, because you're all done.
Untreated hearing loss puts you at greater risk for depression and anxiety. So what's holding you back? Let's see a hearing professional and get those ears checked. And let's dance.
When you reach for your prescription medications, you trust that the medicine is going to do what it's supposed to do, make you feel better. That trust comes from knowing that teams of doctors, biologists, chemists, pharmacists, and other health scientists at the FDA are working tirelessly to protect the health of the American public by making careful, informed decisions about which new drugs to approve. Find the answers at fda.gov/drugs.
Will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. This past weekend, the No Kings protest resumed across the country as millions gathered in 2,700 cities.
Our reporter, Kayla Gleason, witnessed one in D.C. and has the latest details of the protest series. Kayla, it's nice to see you.
Thank you, Sydney and Sophia. Yes, I was at the D.C. protest in the early morning, so I did speak to some protesters and saw them gathered at our nation's capital. As mentioned, the National No Kings organization reported that roughly 7 million Americans gathered in 2,700 cities. The co-founder of Indivisible, one of the organization's No Kings was born out of, says the protest was a rejection of authoritarianism and a reminder that democracy belongs to all. House Speaker Mike Johnson called them Hate America rallies, and President Trump responded with an AI-generated video of himself as king. Turning to a local protest in Jackson Township near Stark County, a protester was hit by a car in a hit and run. The accident happened at 2:10 p.m. on Fulton Road. Initially, the driver fled the scene until the police and Highway State Patrol tracked him down at his home in Jackson Township. The investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information, especially video footage, is encouraged to contact Police Lieutenant Jason Collins. Yesterday, President Trump was interviewed on Air Force One and asked questions about Saturday's No Kings protest. He called the protest a joke, saying he is not a king. He called the protest very small and very ineffective.
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective. and the people who are whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
Mr. President, besides San Francisco...
By the way, I'm not a king. I'm not a king. I work my ass off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
Those are all the updates I have. The Kent Stater will be running an article with more from the DC protest and the one in Kent. For KSTV News, I'm Kayla Gleason.
Thank you, Kayla. French authorities are searching for the suspects who robbed the Louvre Museum. The heist was among the highest profile heists in recent memory.
The 4-minute burglary saw 8 items stolen, including an emerald crown belonging to Napoleon III's wife. The crown contained more than 1,300 diamonds.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
This past weekend, it was very warm on Saturday, but very cold on Sunday and rainy. So now let's see what type of weather we can expect for this upcoming week. So for the most part, throughout Ohio, it's around that 55-degree mark, about what you could expect for this time of the year. And Columbus is a little bit warmer. Toledo is actually a lot colder, around that 46 mark. And then around Athens, also a lot colder, 43. Pittsburgh at that 48 mark. For the most part, it's around the same temperature throughout the area. But then as you get a little bit more closer towards where we are, it's around that 55 mark in Worcester, and then Cleveland around that 52 mark. We're in that 52 mark right now, and as we go into the rest of the night, it's going to get a little bit colder throughout the area, and as more wind comes in tomorrow. But for the most part, it's going to be pretty nice tomorrow. But as we go into the rest of our week, as you can see, it's going to be a little bit more rainy on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And as we go into the weekend, it's going to be a little bit nicer. But for the most part, I'm expecting these rains to be followed by some heavier winds, and not too much of the rain's going to continue throughout most of the day for when it is raining. But for the most part, this weekend it's going to be very nice. And if you're going to the football game on Saturday, it should be a very great day for that, especially in the morning there. Might be a little bit colder, but for the most part, on Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be pretty nice. So expect some cooler temperatures this week and a few rainy days. But now let's go back to Sydney and Sophia for the rest of your Monday newscast.
Thank you, Ryan. A controversy over freedom of press is unfolding at Indiana University after the firing of a student media director and the disbandment of their printing branch of student media.
Our very own Lex Rady has more on what led to his termination. Lex, what can you tell us?
The Indiana Daily Student has been publishing for more than 150 years, but this fall, the student-run newsroom is being challenged. Discussions and controversy of press freedom at Indiana University are brewing after the sudden termination of student media director Jim Rodenbush. The termination took place last Tuesday after Rodenbush refused to follow an administrative expectation to remove news content from the student paper's homecoming edition. Rodenbush told university officiants that restricting what student journalism could publish amounted to censorship and was let go a day later. The decision came just as the university announced plans to cut print production entirely and move all student media towards a digital-only model.
I'm not in the building anymore. It wasn't a terrible surprise to me, or it wasn't a surprise to me when the announcement that all of print was just being eliminated was put out by the media school the next day, because I had felt that in the last 3 to 4 weeks, you know, I had become kind of literally the one person that was pushing back. And so the students are still there, still wanting to practice journalism, and are still having to deal with, you know, a lack of trust in the people that they need to be communicating with.
In a statement to student media, a spokesperson from Indiana University said that they remain committed to, quote, a vibrant and independent student media ecosystem, end quote. Administrators say the decision was part of the university's 2024 action plan for student media, which shifts resources from print to digital to address what they call a long-standing financial deficit. The Indiana a Daily student continues publishing online while calling for transparency from administrators. Reporting for KSTV and wishing a very happy birthday to my mom back home, I'm Lex Brady.
It's National Chicken and Waffles Day. Get ready to crave one of Americans' classic combinations after the break.
Amen.
Do you feel good about that? No. I'm looking at it right.
And yellow today. Feel free to use orange. Feel free to use green. Feel free whatever you want to do. These are what I have in my refrigerator.
Students, especially those that are in CCI fondly enough, are going to be visiting there quite often. But does their reward program
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Make sure you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Why not crank it? It doesn't hurt anyone else. But listening too long and too loud can actually damage your hearing.
Now, 1 in 5 people 12 and older have some kind of hearing loss. So let's boogie and get those ears checked.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Happy Victory Monday to all you Cleveland Browns and Ohio State Buckeyes fans out there, and a good evening to the rest of you. I'm Gage Wellman. Let's get into your Kent Stater Sports Report, starting in the Glass Bowl, where the Kent State football team met the Toledo Rockets for the Flash's third conference game of the season. KSU lost this one by a final score of 45-10. The Flashes got off to a hot start on Saturday, opening the game on a 75-yard touchdown reception from redshirt freshman wide receiver Cade Wolford, his 5th of the year. However, the Rockets, led by senior quarterback Tucker Gleason, went on to score 45 unanswered points. Wow. The Flashes will return to Dick Stadium this Saturday to take on the Bowling Green Falcons. Now let's go over to Mount Pleasant, Michigan. The Kent State field hockey took home their 4th win of the season against the Central Michigan Chippewas by a final score of 1-0. Junior Maybrit Duell, the forward out of the Netherlands, well, she scored the lone goal of the game in this one in the extra period to walk off CMU. The Flashes will return to Murphy Mellis Field on Sunday for their final home game of 2025 against James Madison. Not the president, but the school. Let's head over to a rainy day in Cleveland, Ohio. A lot of Browns fans wearing ponchos there, watching the 1-5 Browns and the 1-5 Dolphins. Here's Quinshon Junkins, the rookie out of Ohio State. What a season he's having so far in 2025. He's going to run this one into the left end zone to put the Browns up 10-3. Then at kickoff, it's going to be D. Eskridge. As I told you at the top of the highlight, rainy day in Cleveland, and that's going to produce fumbles. You cannot turn over the ball to win games. Even Quinshon Junkins here, he's going to trip the ball up in his hands, but a Wildcat touchdown for number 10. The Browns up 17-6. Then Tua Tagovailoa, and what's probably the worst game of his career, at least definitely of this season, Tyson Campbell, the new Brown. Browns traded Greg Newsome to the Jaguars in for number 7. He's off to a great start. Quinshon Junkins with another Wildcat touchdown. The Browns are saying, why have quarterback problems when you can just put your running back under center? Browns are going to take this one by a final score of 31-6. And also, you know what it is. It's the Monday Night Football doubleheader, my favorite. In just about 30 minutes, we'll see Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against Jared Goff's Detroit Lions. Mayfield has been balling out this season, with some media members calling him the MVP frontrunner. And finally at 10 o'clock, Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks will welcome in C.J. Stroud and his Houston Texans. Both games will be available on ESPN. So let me head over to the desk where I'm going to be joined by Sophia, Sydney, Ryan. Good to see you all. Let me get in this shot.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So, Ryan, as you know, both Ohio NFL teams taking home a win this weekend.
That's right.
Thursday night.
Not very common for that to happen. It's, in Ohio, I guess.
Definitely very much.
Hey, let's walk it back and celebrate this Victory Monday with our Sports Corner representatives.
Awesome.
And they can watch more tonight at 8, correct?
Right at 8.
All right, we'll see you back there then. We'll be right back.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is Chip. And if you're like me, your pets mean the world to you. And if disaster strikes, saving them is a priority. Learn how to keep your best friends safe at AmericanHumane.org.
Songs, even if they're bad, hundreds and hundreds of them, just to find a good one. Yeah. And then
I've been in this long enough. I feel like I know what I'm doing.
Knowing that you're basically like there and being
with that, but it has a special place in my heart. I grew up watching it so much. Have you guys seen it?
Welcome back. The fan favorite brunch item has its own holiday. National Chicken and Waffles Day was founded in 2021 at Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles in Southern California. The sweet and savory combination can still be celebrated today as an acceptable dish for breakfast or dinner. The preparing has been around for more than 150 years as a staple for both African Americans and the Pennsylvania Dutch. Sounds like we will have to make a trip to Mike's place after this, Sophia, especially considering you say you have not tried chicken and waffles.
I haven't tried it yet. And I feel like I didn't even know it really was that important for America until, well, we have a birthday.
Here we go, celebrating. Thank you so much for watching tonight, and make sure to come back at 8 for Sports Corner.
You can also find us anytime at KentStater.com. I'm Sophia Elena.
And I'm Sydney Brown. Have a great night, Portage County.
Sit with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now.
No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite,
unearth hidden passion. To motivate some magic, to change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall. One book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Last Today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.